You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your bold and the beautiful episode info for Friday, August 24th, 2023. And Finn and Steffy are going to reaffirm their love. I've got huge sin spoilers. If you like that smush name, this is going to be a good broadcast for you. So just off the bat, I want to tell you guys, I want to acknowledge, because I try to be transparent, that there was a flawed spoiler that I gave for Thursday's episode that, again, I can only work with what the network issues. And when they first issued spoilers for Thursday, it said Finn sees Steffy for the first time since the Kelly incident. Now, right off the bat, I knew that was wrong when I read it, so I initially just completely took it off my list because I was like, this is crazy. Then there was a correction that said Finn sees Sheila for the first time since the Kelly incident, and that made total sense, and it was supposed to be on Thursday. And then it didn't happen. So again, I acknowledge that this was a bad spoiler, but I blame the strike because writers, we have to remember, not only write scripts, they write the episode descriptions, they write the spoilers. Everything you read anywhere was written by a writer, of course. So whoever it was that used to do a decent job writing spoilers before, I have to think, must be off holding a WGA sign, walking the picket line, because the spoilers are way off lately. That being said, I am going to dig in with what we've been given and do the best I can with the raw materials we get from CBS Press. All right, real quick, if you haven't already, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our B&B updates. Let's dig in. So on Thursday, we saw Liam just walking away from Hope's attempt at reconciliation. Admittedly, she seemed to be not too enthusiastic about it. She was asking, but she wasn't pleading and begging like Steffy did when he walked out when she was pregnant. Do you remember that heartbreaking scene with pregnant Steffy on the sidewalk in front of the Malibu house, clinging to his leg? I felt so bad for Steffy in that moment, and I really despised the way Liam was treating her. That was back in 2018. If you forgot, it was awful. So now I kind of think Liam is playing a wait and see, hoping Steffy and Finn will split and he can make his move. So I suspect there's a chance he might slink back to Hope if Steffy tells him firmly, get lost, it's not happening. Because let's face it, when for even a minute has Liam Spencer ever been single? And what I saw was that he clearly wants Steffy, not Hope, but at the same time wanted to burn down any chance that Hope would be with Thomas, even though realistically, it's none of his business. Let's just be clear. Who she wants to date is her business, just like if he wants to go chasing Steffy, it's not cool and it's not really too ethical since she's happily married, but, you know, he's going to do what he wants to do. And with Steffy, I have felt like she has been kind of inconsistent. You know, she told Finn she doesn't want him talking to or seeing Sheila. He agreed with that a couple of weeks ago and he hasn't. Then on Thursday's show, when he said, oh, I haven't even heard from her, Steffy said that was suspicious too. But if Sheila had reached out and Finn took the call, Steffy would have probably been mad at him. So I feel like poor Finn is almost in this no-win situation. And remember, he saved her after her motorcycle crash when Dollar Bill plowed her down in the road. He stayed with her through her addiction issues, through her cheating with Liam. He has been a rock for her in ways that Liam never was, in ways I don't think Wyatt ever was, or any other man on this soap ever was with her. Finn would never, ever leave Steffy crying in a heap on the sidewalk. Finn would never do that to her. And my takeaway from their Thursday scene is that Steffy is painting him into a corner where he doesn't know what else to do to get through to her. Me, I love them together. I think he brings out the best in her, and I think she's being a little inflexible, kind of like Liam has been lately. Also on Thursday, I personally thought Eric should have turned Ridge over his knee. grabbed his pickleball paddle, and spanked his disrespectful behind. All right, let's dig into Friday spoilers with fingers crossed that they are accurate. All right, so I have a couple of dated spoilers and a couple of undated spoilers that may still manifest on Friday. The first is that Steffy and Finn profess their love for each other. This feels kind of like a repeat of the Thursday conversation with the two of them, but things are going to work out great. And my question is, of course, why can't Finn stay at the Forrester mansion with her and the kids? That seems very reasonable to me, but she didn't say, okay, bring a bag over. But things are going to turn on a dime based on new released official Bold and Beautiful spoilers. Steffy actually decides to move back home to Malibu to try again with Finn. That is great for those of you that are shipping Steffy with Finn. Not so good if you are a Steam fan who wanted her back with Liam. Also on Friday, we're going to have more of Ridge dissing Eric and telling him to go be a granddad or play pickleball or whatever. It's like he thinks his dad is over the hill. Granted, when they had fired Thomas from Hope for the Future, then the line that Zende and Eric designed in his place got bad reviews. It almost tanked the line. But that doesn't mean he couldn't design for another line. I mean, there's life in the old guy yet, right? And I would love it if Eric really put Ridge in his place. I do know that next week Eric vents to RJ about this, so yay, more RJ scenes. And new spoilers confirm that RJ and Eric are going to work on this new legacy line of Eric's. So that means a whole lot more of RJ Forrester. I'm assuming it's going to be women's clothing, so maybe he'll have his shirt on. We'll see. All right, I have a few more spoilers for you to round out the end of this week. But if you're enjoying these, please click like, click subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps the channel out, and we so appreciate it. And definitely drop your comments on what you're hoping to see on this episode and going into next week. I read all your comments. I appreciate them. We love our listeners. All right, so the remaining spoilers I have were undated, bold spoilers that come to us. Sometimes they come in the form of 2-week spoilers. So you get weekly spoilers and you get 2-week spoilers for the week ahead. Then when the next roster of weekly spoilers comes out, you expect those 2-week spoilers to be manifested there. You know, maybe reworded, but definitely to still be there. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. And so, but we still a lot of times see them play out. So that's where these come from, just being transparent so you know. One of them is that hidden feelings come to light. I feel like we actually saw this between Hope and Thomas in their split scene. My guess is that we've already seen this spoiler, but we won't know until we see all of Friday's episode. Remember when Hope was saying to him about what happened with them, that she got caught up in her feelings because, and then she trailed off. And I thought she might say because I love you too. I don't know, but she didn't. She just cut it off. It could also be Ridge's condescending feelings toward his dad. It could be something else. And this last spoiler is one that kind of doesn't make sense to me. And based on everything we've seen this week, I don't think it manifested, but let me know what you guys think. I don't necessarily see it coming into play on Friday either. And it was Hope's choice changes things for multiple people. I'm assuming that was her choice to dump Thomas and try again with Liam, but I don't see that affecting anyone but her and Thomas and Liam. And of course, Liam was like, no, not interested. So that's all that we have for the Friday episode spoilers. I want to give a quick shout out to our international listeners in England, the UK at large, France, New Zealand, Australia, and one who specifically told me they're from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. Thanks to all of you. We're excited to be a growing channel. We'd love it if you'd hit subscribe. That helps our channel so much. And if you are an international listener and I haven't listed your country, we also got listeners in New Zealand. I said New Zealand, in Norway, and let me see, the Netherlands and France. Those are all the ones I think I've seen so far. So definitely let me know if you're from another country. We appreciate you guys listening from all the way over there. Come back soon for more on Bold and the Beautiful right here on Soap Dirt at YouTube. This has been Belinda.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.